Good afternoon. My name is Nadia Touch. I'm health and life coach, and today we are going to talk about everything you want to know about energy. You can see I got red on me because this is what represents for me the color of energy, and that's what I'm wearing today. You know, this topic actually came to me almost somewhat by an accident, but not really. I was listening to one of the books that I am listening, and the conversation was about energy. It's one out of seven habits, I guess I would say, of highly effective people. And the way he described the energy was really resonating with me because that's how I found my own source of creating the energy. And you know, the statistics that I heard in the book were really astonishing to me, and I really want to share with you this insight of what the energy is all about and what to do about that, especially if you don't have enough energy. And it is book by Brendon Burchard, Habits of Highly Effective People. And the statistics is just see if where you are in these demographics, and if you don't like it, there is something to do about that. 1/3 of Americans are obese, costing US $147 billion in medical expense. Only 20% Americans getting minimum exercise recommended. 42% admit they don't do enough to manage the stress. And 20% admit they don't do anything to manage the stress. 1 out of 5 have no one to rely on for emotional support. Whew, that's the statistics. And when I was getting ready for this video, I was not so present what affects lack of energy, and so busy nowadays and overwhelmed with things we gotta do. It's like an enormous long to-do list that never stops. And much so very often we cut the sleep because we can do some extra things, scratch them out of our to-do list. So we cut on the sleep. And then we end up waking up tired, and then we end up feeling sluggish in the morning, can't wake up, and then we are tired in the afternoon, need some kind of pick-me-up something, and coffee in the morning, some sugar, cookies, whatever else, chocolate in the afternoon. So we are looking for that immediate outside source of giving us the energy. And lack of sleep, the poor diet choices, stress lead to being overweight. That adds to our stress as well. And really just the list is endless. And we're just like constantly grabbing for that energy source so we can be productive, effective, and just survive and reach our goals and do what we gotta do. And it seems like an ongoing vicious cycle of grabbing for energy, pushing through the day, going to bed, wake up 4 hours later, grabbing for that energy, pushing through the day, and it's like so exhausting. So I wonder, put in the comments where you find yourself. Anything that I mentioned is where you actually find yourself, anything that resonates with you. I know I actually cut on the sleep. Instead of sleeping 8 hours, I sleep 7. So yeah, that's 1 hour of sleep that we can do something extra. All right, and stress. I want to make a little extra point here. Stress is very draining. It's the ultimate drainer of our energy. And stress just like energy, is self-generated. We create the stress as well as we create the energy. So, what to do about that? I actually want to step aside, step away, and look at like what is the goal? Why do I want to make extra number of dollars a month or be at certain weight? Any other goal? Why do you have that goal? And do you actually have steps how to reach that goal? Okay, so if you do, that's great. And do you actually have those steps every day how to reach that goal? That's great. And do you actually have the energy to go through the steps every day to reach your goal? And energy, here is the trick. So the energy is self-generated, as I mentioned. There are 3 aspects of energy. Let's just like get away from the external resources. Do not look for external resources to give you energy. No, that's a wrong way to find the energy. The energy is within. It's the self-generated by physical energy, mental energy, and emotional energy. Okay? Physical, mental, emotional. So don't wait for energy. Generate it and transform it by the power of habit. Just like brushing teeth, I always give that example. It's a habit. It's not easy at the beginning. It might be simple. You know what to do, but it's not easy at the beginning. And the longer you do it, the easier it becomes because it becomes your habit. But just like brushing teeth, you got to pick up the toothbrush and actually do the action, brush your teeth. The same thing here. You may know what to do. Maybe it's your habit, but just like anything else, you got to act in your habit. All right? So, talking about the energy that is self-generated by your physical, by your mental, by your emotional. I actually want to start with mental. That is, to me, the number one power source of energy. And if I ask you what could you do to generate your energy mentally, you would probably be able to say something. Something would come up to your mind. So I just wonder, is there anything else, anything already in your mind that you may say, oh yeah, that's mental. You know, I can motivate energy, produce energy this way. And I actually want to quote the author of The Miracle Morning, which actually was my journal quote from this morning. I journal every morning. He says, I put myself in situations where energy is required to increase my own energy. So it's energy on demand. I'll give you an example. I knew I will be having this live stream today. I put myself in the situation to have the live stream. So I woke up with an intention this morning. How can I generate my energy? Did I feel like it? No. Do not wait to feel like it. Just do it. I put the orange lipstick. I put the orange top. I exercised. I did my miracle morning. I put myself in the situation that requires energy. The other mental way to produce your energy is continue self-developing. When you stop reading the books, when you stop any kind of self-development, you really just stop. I heard the quote, you stop living, you start dying. Let's not die when we're still alive. So self-development, self-improvement, transformation, however you want to call it, is a crucial aspect of mental energy creation. So strive for the improvement every day and strive to make a difference. Find a bigger purpose than just focusing on yourself. When you focus on yourself, it's so easy to listen to your brain talking you out of it. It's so easy to kind of quit and go the other direction because there's not a big motivation. When you find a bigger motivation bigger than just you, it's almost like accountability. You know they will be expecting you to perform. They know they will wait the results from you. So it creates that extra internal motivation that produces your mental energy to produce energy. If you don't know yet, let's make it simple. If you have kids can be a great motivation. If you have a spouse, you want her to be happy, this can be a great motivation. Or your community, or church, or children all over the world. Find something to make it, or someone to make a difference for. Something bigger than just you. All right. One of the interesting approaches that I have learned, interesting enough, I learned it recently, but I've been doing it for quite a while, is the transition, which gives you mental and emotional break. Transition between activities. So let's say if you drop off the kids at school, then you go to the gym, that's transition. You finish the gym, you go to the car, drive home, that's transition. You came home, you start work, that's transition. So anytime you switch from activity to activity, stop, take several deep breaths, and release all the tension. Release tension and set an intention for the next activity. So if right before this live stream I had to run to school 10 minutes before, bring lunch to my daughter because she forgot it, by the time I came back from school I was a little stressed. So I took 45 seconds, stop, released tension, and set an energy positive intention for my next activity live stream. Works beautifully every time. So I wonder if you're going to take it on. Please put in the comments and how you feel about that. What will be the transition between two activities? So we talked about mental. There are so many ways to generate energy mentally. There are some of the ways that I shared. I wonder if you also have something to add. Maybe you want to take something on from my list. Please put in the comments. Curious to hear. Emotional energy. So there is a difference between emotions and feelings. Do you know that? Emotion is your natural reaction by your body, by your brain. Somebody said something, it hurt you, you feel sad or angry or something else. That's emotions that are reactions. But it's your choice to choose how you feel. It's your choice how you're going to act. Not react, because those are your emotions. It's your choice how you're going to act. An example, my husband said something, he didn't say good morning. I felt hurtful. That's my reaction, that's emotion. But I get to choose. This is the opportunity for me to grow, and my opportunity is to change how I want to feel. So I ask myself a question. What can I create? How can I use this as an opportunity? I can create a feeling. What feeling do I want to create? I tell you, I am having that conversation inside of my brain. So what do I want to feel? I want to feel cheer. Okay, so let's feel cheer. How can I act that I feel cheer? Oh, okay, I can just run to my husband and give him a hug and say good morning. So I do. When you ask your brain a question, your brain answers back. And it's your choice to act. Whew, that's a big load. All right. So transform your feelings and choose. Also anticipate the outcome. If you know you're going to the movie this weekend, you can anticipate that outcome and create that positive feeling, positive emotion right now. And guess what? The body doesn't know the difference, so you can help your body to create those positive hormones right now and throughout the week. Woohoo! And take them on for your next activity. Also, what helps me is to vision the worst result that can possibly happen. For example, if I know I am about to pick up the phone and call a venue for my health talk, I anticipate several outcomes, and in each outcome I create a plan. Who am I going to be and what am I going to say? And especially the outcome that is not favorable to me. If they say no, how graciously can I be in that conversation? What can I say? How can I feel? I create that every single time before picking up the call, having a conversation, having a coaching session, having a live stream, any type of meetings, or really anything, even in personal life. I vision all the outcomes, including the worst outcome. And that's amazing. When that worst outcome happens, actually happened to me on Friday when I had a business meeting, because I already visioned how I'm going to be, what I'm going to say. That was an amazing opportunity to grow and observe my thinking, my emotions, my feeling, my behavior, and the situation and the person's response and how he was being with me. That is an incredible opportunity to grow. So don't be afraid of worst outcomes. Embrace them. Those are the great opportunities to grow. All right, and focus on gratitude. I can't stop mentioning it. Focusing on gratitude. Gratitude like is a golden frame through which you can see the meaning of life. I finish every day by being thankful for what happened today, and I start each day by putting the intention for this day. Actually, there are a couple of things that I want to mention to you, and I want to see which one do you want to take on. Is, let's say, how do you start the day? The morning is the most miracle part of your life. So each day, each morning, you have an opportunity to start a new day with new intention, with new purpose. So when you wake up, create that positive intention. Ask yourself, always ask yourself, because if you don't, your brain really is not looking for a way to answer. But if you ask yourself, what positive emotions am I creating today? I guarantee you, your brain, if you listen to it, will answer right away. If you ask yourself, what difference can I make this morning? The difference I choose to make, me personally, you probably know by now, around 6:30 a.m. you will see a motivational post from me on my Facebook wall. At 6 a.m. on Our Friends and Health, Oksana, our moderator, she puts some motivational, inspirational question that you can answer. So there is always a way to set your intention for the day, this particular morning. And if you can't find any, life happens, days happen, we are not always in the best mood. If you wake up and it's like nothing is coming to me, be a child, make something up. What if it's a made up morning? What if I were creating good positive emotion? What will that be? What if I would create a positive situation? What will that be? Always ask yourself a question. Doesn't have to be perfect. All right, so, and I want to leave you with a couple of ideas. Most of them are mine, is creating your personal triggers. Oh, I forgot another one, is the physical energy. That's actually probably the one that you were thinking about. Well, what is she going to talk about? Everything I want to know about energy. Yep, that's physical. Physical energy is so marketed right now because just take advantage of our needs. But again, the energy is self-generating by mental, emotional, and physical ability. So, what can we do to help our body to feel physically energized, mentally? Rewind the video, hear what we talked about. Emotionally, set your emotions to an intention of having positive day, having that energy. And physical, so really the body will be somewhat prepared and expecting you, thank you for watching, to have that energy. And we can also help physically our body to have the energy. So what can we do? Cannot stop saying enough. Full night sleep, restful sleep actually, because hours are different for us. But as long as you have restful sleep, your body restores, rejuvenates, and repairs during the night, so you wake up energized. So also, I'm trying to see where I am. I'm speaking from my script, but sometimes I just speak without the script and I can't see it. All right. I know in my script I also had is your nutrition and your diet. It's very important. It's not the number one, but it is very important. By putting the right nutrition in our body, we give our body the physical ability to generate the energy. In previous talks, we did talk about food for a good mood. We talked about vitamin D, vitamin B, omegas, greens, water. There's just so much you can do to help your body feeling energized without putting all that caffeine, sugar, and energy drinks. All right, and so physical energy. Of course, the exercise. And again, the exercise is so marketed right now that you may think that you have to go to the gym to exercise. No. What the exercise to me, it's the movement. It's giving your body movement. It can be in different ways for you. It can be dancing. Find something you love. If you love dancing or hiking or just jumping with your kids, that's movement. It's a great way to produce energy and emotional happiness right there. If you like weightlifting, find the trainer, go to the gym. Bring the barbells, just like I went to Target. I bought a few types of weights and they are in my house. Find any way that you can keep your body moving. Movement is life. You don't have to go to the gym and find that time, really. It's about giving your body a way to move, and the body will produce the energy as a thank you back to you. When you do it regularly, your body will crave the movement and exercise because your body will crave that energy. And that's why you will keep doing it, because you know it produces energy for you. All right. And again, can't stop focusing enough on relaxation. We may think that the more and faster we move, we are energized. Well, actually, the more and faster we move, we are overwhelmed and stressed. We don't give ourselves an opportunity to stop, slow down, take a break, and have that transition, as I mentioned prior, between the activities. How about having the transition between activities? So if you stopped driving to your appointment and you're about to go into the appointment, give yourself 3 breaths. Release tension and set intention. What will be the positive outcome from this meeting? Set a positive intention when you go into the next activity. It's an incredible miracle when you have the time to transition between your activities. Amazing. All right, and create your own triggers is it's really something you can do on daily basis. Let's say if you go to the grocery store and you stand in line, that's what I do, and you have about 3-4 minutes, for example, while you wait, and you feel a little anxiety. I'm just waiting, doing nothing. This is an opportunity to look around and see what can you notice that otherwise you would have not noticed. And I often go forward and look at the name tag of the cashier, and I look at the cashier and I see how they're working. Are they smiling? Anything I can say to them to make them smile. Number one way to make them smile is to call them by name and say, "Hey Nick, thank you so much for your hard work here. Really helps us to be quicker in and out. Really appreciate it." So that's this. And I'm a hugger. I often, when walk out or walk in to the meeting with someone, I often give a hug. Well, it's the energy production for me. It's giving that positive energy, and it's receiving the energy. So find your own triggers that can produce the energy. Also for me is in the morning, the miracle morning practice, where we practice the lifesavers. It's the set of 6 activities. We start with stillness, meditation. We go to affirmation. We go to visualization, exercise, reading and journaling. It can be 6 minutes or it can be up to 40 minutes to an hour. But you set the intention for the day and you visualize your day in the way you visualize your life. All right, so there's so much to say, and I wonder, out of what I have mentioned so far, that any triggers that you already know you're using, or maybe you want to take something on from what I have mentioned. So energy, everything you want to know about energy is, do not look for outside motivation to have that energy. Energy is self-generated by mental, emotional, and physical ability. And I always stress the mental and physical, mental and emotional first. All right, so energized people are much more successful than the folks who are waking up in the blues and then they just choose to go through the day in the blues. So when you choose to generate the energy and produce that energy throughout the day, you choose to live life with joy, with happiness, have better relationships, have a successful business, and succeed in your fitness and just in any area of your life, really. So I'd like to invite you as a part of our Health and Friends Facebook group to join us for Books in Health, I guess club we call it, where we're going to read a book and discuss it. And this time we are starting, this is our beginning month. We have not started yet, and our first book will be start with Why. Woo, what an energy production. Mental, emotional, and of course physical will be there as well. Start with Why. So if you are curious, if you're interested, please put in the comments. I know we asked a couple of times inside the group, and if you haven't responded or you're watching and want to comment again, please put in the comments, yep, I am in, and we will plug you in. This will be inside of our Friends and Health Facebook group. So thank you so much for watching. Before you go, I am curious, what is your aha, insight, or appreciation of this video? Or what trigger do you want to take on this week? And what is something that you would like to share that really stood out for you in this video? All right, well, thank you so much for your commenting, and I will see you in the community.